Welcome back to the channel, gamers. We are on episode 2 of the Invincible. So the last time we left off, we rescued 2 crew members. They were a little loopy. We really don't know what's going on with them. We woke up as Chief Biologist Yasna on this foreign planet, and as we continue through the story, or the opening of the story, we got a little more perspective of why we're here, and the origins of some mysterious object that we discovered in the grounds here. Now, quoted by the character herself, she goes on to say that this planet we're on is desolate, but not really disqualifying of characteristics that might bring life. So upon that reasoning, when we come across this metallic object with a grand inner working and a subterranean level of the planet, we can assume there's intelligent life, or we can make the assumption that the object in the ground was made by intelligent life. However, we have not found physical evidence other than the object itself of other life on the planet. Now, one of our crew members has already perished, so we had made a decision to go and recover the body of that one crew member. I don't really feel like we've opened the can of worms as to what the story entails. So let's continue. Let's recover this body and get on with the game. Now, last episode, that's the object we found. And as you can see right here,
what's new?
Well, nothing really.
See how far it works underground? I mean,
5 seconds, sir.
this can't be random, right?
Thank you.
It does lead in this direction, though. I'd be curious to see what happens if we follow it. But gotta stay on task. Gotta recover the body of our fellow astronaut. I'm not too savvy on not being able to unlimited sprint. I mean, I get the aspect of realism in the game, but I mean, these landscapes are massive. I would really like to traverse it more quickly. Other than this little metal detector gun, we really haven't run into anything of note as far as equipment. I'm really hoping this game will expand a little bit more on what we're able to do with our character, because of right now, I feel like we're just kind of walking and discovering, which, you know, if you're into that kind of game, you know, more power to you. I mean, that's what taking this time.
Everything's all right?
Yeah, man,
Yes.
Astrogator,
Yes.
you just need to leave me
Just need a
alone.
moment to think.
As soon as you find something,
I'll report it. No worries, sir.
Yeah, man, leave us alone. Leave the community alone at the moment. Anyway, if you're into this type of game, I mean, that's the point of enjoying it. But I have to admit, after the first playthrough, I'm really hoping they throw more at us as far as what we can do, or maybe just like more an intense, in-depth look at the story. But let's recover this body and see what the game has to offer.
Yasna, come in. How are you feeling?
How do you think, sir? I'm managing. Somehow.
Forgive me, but I need to know if you're ready to continue your mission.
Ready? Well,
I have to be.
I don't think we have much choice in the matter. There's only one way forward.
Now, I do remember on one of the recordings we found, or it was like a flashback of when our crew went missing, when we were actually up in the space shuttle itself, monitoring what was going on the planet.
Married for over 2 decades. She's made of sterner stuff. The sternest. Many of us relied on her. I did.
She was going to be, yeah, she
Did you know
was.
that headquarters offered her a promotion? She would have been the first female astrogator in the history of the Commonwealth.
I had no idea.
Doesn't matter anymore, really.
Not entirely. Marriott will be awarded posthumously.
It'll inspire other women. This is probably not the time for this. As I told you, sir, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Oh, I missed it. That's our first missed prompt. Now, I'm really curious to see how much of our decisions, I mean, not like we can look back in hindsight to see what's actually going to happen, but I would, you know, there's a lot of times games are made where it gives you the illusion that your decisions make more of an impact, you know, on the player's journey. But you know, as far as I know, I've been making decisions like it's a big deal. So maybe it's a little more role playing, you know, just to immerse myself in the game. R.I.P.
Please take good care of her.
Of course. Dr. Gorski's next. Let's hope he got out of danger in time.
It would be good to know what kind of danger we're talking about.
All right, we're off to find, I believe, our last crew member that's missing. Now, like I was saying before, when we were up on that flashback, we did hear them scream as if, you know, some big object or entity kind of ambushed them, which I'm assuming has a connection to what we found in the ground. So let's pull up our map. That's not our map. And Gorski's. Let's go to the left.
This mission drags on so much. Sometimes I think you're gonna take off without me, sir.
Don't count on it, Doctor. I'm not going anywhere.
I'm
Go
leaving
flag.
the excavation site. How did he come down?
Is there another way? Probably not. Let's try to not knock ourselves unconscious again.
I've got Gorski's signal.
He's
So
close.
soon? It's unlikely to be him.
Then who?
Not who, but what. It's weird. Dr. Gorski hardly ever parted with it.
With what? Ah, you're talking about the teleprobe.
Yes.
I located
Oh,
the probe.
there it is.
It's lying on the ground, inactive.
Can't be completely broken if you picked up a signal. I'd say it's running in safe mode. Please try to power it on.
Do we have time for this?
It's for a good reason, Doctor.
Hell yeah, we have time. We need every bit of help we can get, just like that robot.
And besides, you'll see.
I wonder if there's like some kind of sample in here from what we found.
I'm opening the probe. Turning the systems on.
No, stop. Wait for my instructions. There's a button on the left side of the fuse box. Hold it, and then turn the dial again. Now go ahead.
Slide
this?
records.
Correct.
I didn't know we had access to them.
You couldn't have known. This is not standard procedure. But as they say, extremis malice, extrema remedia.
I'm assuming that means extreme times cause for extreme measures. But yet again,
Let's take a look.
more things the Astrogator knows that he's not telling us. I mean, I guess it's pretty common in like a position of authority, right? But still, in this situation, you better lay it out for me. Fish. What's that sure is for?
Nothing interesting. Should I be looking for a specific location? Date?
The excavation site. 4th day of the mission.
This is interesting. We found life. There it is.
I recognize these structures. This is where they began to dig.
Okay.
12 hours passed. 3 crew members are still there. Dr. Gorski must have left already.
We lost contact shortly thereafter.
The probe followed him, and he followed the detector's readings.
Going after those metal structures.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Oh yeah, that's right. I guess Gorski was the one that was reporting to the Astrogator that these under subterranean structures go on well beyond what was sticking out of the ground, which I don't know, maybe we can assume there's maybe like actual structures to house something down there. I mean, there's got to be a purpose to some of it, right? Or all of it. Noise. EM field.
Hang on. An absurdly high electromagnetic field reading.
That's something. Sort of. What are the earlier readings?
Checking.
Oh, that was a choice. We could check out both. Damn. Well, if you remember from that recording or that flashback, that large EM field happened right before they got ambushed by whatever.
Still high in the slide just before. And earlier, quite normal.
So it's definitely got to be evidence of something closing in, right? Let's go back. Maybe it'll give the option for that second
It
one.
happened in a matter of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing except dunes. Sand, a few rocks, a shadow,
Shadow.
another sandstorm, I guess.
All right, Doctor. Let's move on. You may turn on the fuses now. We'll take the probe with us.
Cool. I wonder if we're gonna get access to like some kind of aerial investigation. Maybe we get like a grander look on the land.
Good. I've got it on my radar. Now I can give commands to the probe. And? What do you see?
What do you mean, what do I see?
Is it working correctly?
I don't know what correctly it, maybe it seems kind of
It's
damaged.
not flying very smoothly. I
Okay.
guess it's still a bit broken.
Meaning? How?
It moves only in a straight line. Just up and down, then sideways. No complex moves.
Ah, don't worry about that. It's because I'm controlling it manually. I'll put it in auto mode. From now on, it will follow you, Doctor.
Yeah, great.
Oh, it'd be nice to have some company. I mean, apart from yours, sir.
1 second. That's odd. There's no data in the probe's memory. No ID, no nothing. Do you want to give it a new ID? Name it,
Yeah,
basically.
definitely.
After all, it'll be with you for a while. So, what's it going to be?
Why not? Pick a name.
A name for the teleprobe. All right, I can think of something.
Copy that. I'm listening.
B, Bali. Since it or yeah, let's do Luna.
Please enter Luna. L-U-N-A.
Done. Now, a few more tweaks, and you'll have a flying measurement center at your disposal.
Find JstAntherGamer. Well, this is getting sketch. I feel like this is the first time we're going off the beaten path. The way we jump down here, right? Do we? Okay, there's a little bit of a path. Oh, here we go. I kind of wish you could manually jump in this game. Provide a little more, I don't know, less of a, just a walk around places. I mean, I can't imagine we're gonna come into combat with anything. Like, I don't think it's that type of game. Which is kind of hard for me to deal with at the moment. I mean,
I don't see these metal structures anywhere.
The only surface structure report...
The detector's measurement is very clear. I'm going straight on.
Oh,
No crossroads? Branches?
Not yet.
talk about.
Just one thick, tangled vein.
Oh, yeah. Should I follow it? Yeah. But yeah, this is actually really difficult. I mean, I wouldn't say it's difficult for me to play, but it's hard for me to just like relax and immerse myself. I always need like something connected to me as a physical person to feel like, oh, I'm really enjoying a game. So this is kind of a first for all of us, especially me though. Oh, did I just take a picture?
Huh. I guess I found the first point.
You guess? We have to be sure, Doctor.
Well, I'm at the first clear branching of these structures, such as reported by Dr. Gorski.
All right. What happened next?
He
0.1.
followed the branch to the right. Another thing he reported was a massive vertical structure.
Another vertical structure. The structure's branch underground. Check the right branch. Massive vertical exhibit. It protrudes above the surface. Water tank underground structures. A water tank? The biggest one yet. Inside hill. 150 meters. He flagged it. Visible from point 4. Okay. So let's take a right, I guess. I do feel a little safer with Luna with us. Those others' names suck. I'm just putting that out there, but I really thought they're going to prompt us to put our own name in so we could have a little fun with it, but game's not having it. Oh, there's the structure he noted.
The probe detected something.
I see that in the readings. What is it exactly?
Pretty similar to what we found before. Oh my gosh, catch your breath, Yasna. Holy moly. Massive structure.
The structure from the notes, it fits the description perfectly. Well done, Luna. I knew I could count on you.
Well, we didn't bring it to the surface for no reason. Even in the first stage procedure.
Oh, hell
Now
yeah.
I'm gonna apply for my own.
As soon as you find Dr. Gorski, I'll see to it myself. All right. How about that point? What does it look like? What caught the doctor's
Looks like an
attention?
underground scaffolding. It looks like a vertical block. Kind of organic, but made of metal. I wouldn't say that's organic. It's a vertical block.
The structure took a very straight course locally, going way down. It's sort of a pylon.
Do you think someone put it here? Built it?
It sounds absurd, yet seems so.
Fine, Gorski. Point
The
3.
next point, the third one, is a metal bundle running along the bottom of some water reservoir.
Interesting. An object as such should be easy to locate.
It's pretty wild. Here we go. Here's the water.
There's the water.
And the metal bundle?
What do you see, Luna?
As expected. It's at the bottom. Before you ask, sir, there's little to say about it.
All right. So how many are left?
2 points. Or at least that's what he told Koval. What he did next, it's hard to assess.
Well, the battery and the detector last for only a few hours, so he couldn't have gone much further.
8.4.
The fourth point is a structure that fills a rock massive, on top of which he found surface structures.
Sounds like a crucial node in this whole system.
I mean, how could you not think intelligent life put it here? Well, I guess the question is it organisms unfamiliar, intelligent organisms unfamiliar to human beings? Shoes. Gorski.
Gotcha. I found his tracks. Finally, some tangible evidence that he was going this way.
Good. And it's downhill all the way, Doctor.
I wouldn't be so sure, Astrogator. The next point is at a height of approximately 100 meters.
Oh man, there it is.
Definitely uphill. I think we have the fourth point.
Use telemeter.
I confirm. It's the fourth one. I see our flag.
Probably catch up to Gorky. I won't find him for a long time. What if I don't find him? Yeah, that's what I would
What
say.
if I don't find him at all?
You will. Just follow his tracks carefully. According to our records, it's been no more than 6 hours since he was here. Think about it, Doctor. On a cosmic scale, it's nothing.
Well, on a human scale, it could mean the difference between life and death.
Facts. I mean, and how much air could you possibly have in one tank? I mean, unless they have some kind of filtration system, which would be next level, but I highly doubt. Well, I guess they could take their mask off, right? We discovered that. That's lava. Oh, structure keeps going. Can't. Oh, should we go in the water? I mean, if the lava's going in the water, that's kind of bad, right? Okay, let's just step over it. Let's calm down. Let's gather our wits.
The structures undergo noticeable changes here. If it keeps growing at this rate, I don't know what I'll find at the end.
What kind of growth are you talking about, Doctor? Depth, width, complexity level?
In every aspect.
Man,
Interesting. Do you think these veins lead somewhere? To something?
I'm leaning more and more towards that conclusion. But I can't tell what we might expect at the end, if it ends at all.
now I'm a little. I feel like this is like the second or third time we've come to like a fork in the road. Obviously, I think the story is telling me to go this way, but like right at the beginning of the game, when we found the camp, there was also a right-hand turn that I was reluctant to go down because I just want to stick with the story. And the game's pretty massive, so we don't know if at some point we're gonna come back in that direction and be able to explore it. But seeing how this is so story-driven, I don't feel the need, because it's always the motivation to go down side paths is always, you know, like items that will help like your character in any way. Like, and we don't. Oh, up. See, I could also go down here too. Ah, I'm so vexed. The only thing dissuading me, other than what we just talked about, you know, like there's no benefit to building our character up or becoming stronger in a sense,
My legs
is that
feel really heavy.
it's
Give
taking
yourself a
us
moment to
forever
rest,
to get
Doctor.
places.
You certainly
So
deserve it.
I really don't want to take the time to walk, because you can only run for like a couple feet before you start breathing heavy and you lose your sprint. I don't know about you guys, but I lose patience for that stuff really quick.
Three, two, one.
The land is departing.
Yes, they're on their way. Thank you for your assistance.
Well, there they
Without your
go.
help, it would have taken much longer.
I guess I have to ask this question. I kind of didn't want to. Like, who really I mean, we're clearly on a mission.
What's the plan for the second flight? The same place?
That would work best. Certain, proven. When you and Dr. Gorski come back, I'll send the lander right away.
All right, come on. Gotta check on these metal structures. Where are they? Okay, they're still. Look at that. It's massive. I gotta know. Gotta know the mystery. That's what we're looking for.
I've reached the top. The doctor discovered something new from here. Something he called bushes.
Huh. I've heard that term before.
In
Bushes.
their conversations between Koval and Gorski.
No, Jasna. You're the one who reported it to me. Right after you landed.
Seriously? Well, I don't see anything like it now, sir.
Bushes as in plant life? I keep forgetting that we,
Koval noted down the parameters. Azimuth 350. Distance 200 meters.
Copy that. I'm sending the probe.
oh, those are bushes. They look like huge dandelions.
Got it. I see the bushes.
And the doctor?
Hard to tell. Visibility is poor. It's gonna be harder than before. I don't know how the doctor...
When it comes to finding a safe route, there won't be a problem. But you'll have to get there on your own 2 feet.
I suppose the probe will carry out the first task. It's capable yet?
Of course. I set the environment analysis mode. The probe will calculate the best route between your location and your destination. It'll guide you along the defined path. The calculations will only take a moment.
Sweet. That's cool. Look at it zipping. Oh, whoa. I wouldn't say I'm afraid of heights, but I think it's a bold claim not to be afraid of heights if you've never felt small on like a cliff face like this, or even when you're like really high up on like a 30 or 40 foot ladder and you realize something's gonna break if I fall. Or I mean, I can't imagine standing outside. Like, I've never been to the Grand Canyon or anything like that, but I mean, death has to be imminent, you know, like the feeling of that. It'd probably make my stomach churn.
Hi, Luna. Lead the way.
Not too fast. I can't run. I'm only human.
I must say, it's a clever device, this probe of ours. Hey, can it fly for this long?
Yes. Longer than you can stand on your feet.
Sounds like the perfect research unit. Maybe even better than a human.
Well, let's not exaggerate.
Someone don't want to lose their job. It is a matter of
I
time.
don't know. For me, it's only a matter of time before machines surpass their creators. The only question is when.
The old AI question. That's probably going to be a hot topic for the next 50 years of our lives. I mean, there's already buzz about it enough right now, but I feel like it's finally catapulting to like... I think there's laws already being made for AI. I mean, I'm not into the legislation or stuff or really hip on the news, but I mean, to live at a time where laws are in concrete or stone, you know, guiding us through, you know, the limits of what we should and should not do with creating intelligence that isn't our own is it's pretty wild.
We have a problem.
Something serious?
Huh. Maybe it's true that machines will surpass us, but not today. The route determined by the algorithm goes over a chasm.
I can repeat the command.
No. I'll go around.
Unfortunately, this is an outdated model. Such mistakes are inevitable. But the perception module itself has already been greatly improved. Its accuracy increases exponentially.
Exponentially? Can you imagine us, proteinaceous creatures, developing so quickly, sir?
No, not in the course of evolution. You can't perfect a person like that.
That's right, you can't. We wait thousands of years for visible changes.
Have you started to fear for your position?
That's what I was just thinking about you, dude. No,
Well,
perhaps one day.
Everything indicates that the clear distinction between humans and robots will soon disappear.
And then what?
Capabilities of humanity. Machines will get their rights. Robots will start creating robots. Probably.
Well, if we assume that they'll surpass us, things will get complicated. Because in order to program a brain with computing power equal to that of a human, you need a brain with computing power higher than that of a human. Ergo, a man cannot make a machine smarter than a man.
Then who else would design it?
Self-learning algorithms? Some spontaneous process or pure chaos. Something inhuman, that's for sure. Shh. Astrogator, can you hear that?
What am I supposed to be hearing?
That's the point. Nothing. Silence. We're talking about robots, and Dr. Gorski still hasn't spoken on the channel.
Well, I don't know. He must be a long way from here.
How long did he trek on his own? That's a cool sight. I really like this visual right here. I mean, look at these structures. I mean, I even feel small playing the game. Like, I don't know whether I get a sense of like slight vertigo. A little bit, but there's only one other game that's actually made me feel that way, and that was Elden Ring. Or maybe because I've never played
Dr. Gorski,
a game of that scope before, but I mean, it almost makes me anxious to navigate the environment. Look at these plants. Whatever they might be. I wonder if we still got... Oh, there's metal veins everywhere. But we know Gorski came this far because of the notes he made.
These bushes are kind of weird.
You better stay away, Doctor. I'd like a brief description. Just keep a distance.
Allow me to use the language I would use to describe living forms, sir.
Of course.
So they look like pituitary, brush-like formations. They're high, more or less, from 1 to several meters. They can be singular, though in some locations they create a uniform thicket that covers the walls of the ravine in a rusty brush-like layer. They grow out of cracks in the bare rock. That's how it looks, to put it briefly.
Would you also venture to guess their significance? Some function, purpose?
Defense system, energy harvesting colony system. I don't know. They're emitting something. Defense system. I would say colony. I mean, I don't have any, at least from my perspective, I don't really have evidence of the other two.
Staying on the topic of biological analogies, these bushes remind me of corals, in a purely visual category. Because they're far from marine organisms. So I would guess that these are colonial structures. Perhaps rock-forming ones. However, their main structure has nothing to do with corals. No noticeable mesenchymal tissues. No nidocyst, matocyst, or spirocyst. No visible oral discs.
Yeah, all right, Doctor. I didn't ask for a marine biology lecture.
We're investigating an alien world, man. It was so funny. I was just about to make the comment that I kind of want to open up my biology book just to get a little more perspective on the language that the doctor's speaking, because I think it's pretty cool that we are on an alien planet and our role is the biologist. So in that sense, being on the world is a little more immersive playing this character, seeing how the majority of the time all we're doing is walking.
Astrogator, Gorski's not here. I'm afraid he continued to explore. And if he went where I think he did, he might have lost contact with the camp as well as Dragonfly.
Whoa.
So we will most likely lose contact too.
Possibly. Well, there's only one way to be certain.
Oh, dang,
Your
man.
decision, sir.
No, it's not. We're down here.
Continue your search.
Hell
We have
yeah.
to find him.
That's the unwritten rule, isn't it? Under no circumstances do we leave anyone behind.
That's why we went.
You can lose
That's why we went for
everything else, but
for
you
our
have
other
to
crew
come
member.
on board. The living and the dead. This is one of the most crucial imperatives, even though it's not in the regulations.
Music's starting to keep up a little bit. Maybe we're gonna find out something significant. I wonder if at some point we'll be able to get like samples of this, kind of like the fish that the crew gathered. They are some kind of like I don't know, the best word I could use to describe it is like some kind of pollination. They are giving off something. I'm kind of glad that we have our helmet on, or I would be in this situation.
The line's breaking up, but I understood. I'll let you know, sir, when I come out of the tunnel.
Oh no. I have to walk through it. Oh, I thought that was the plans. That's Luna. Flashback. That was a flashback of when we first arrived. We'll get some clarity on what happened. I do dig the music.
Throttle down. 30 seconds till touchdown. Everything's looking good. Over?
Roger that. All systems work.
Altitude 5,000. Ignition 10%. A record data dropout that otherwise still looking good. Entering final state.
So cool.
Entering final. Hopper has landed. I repeat, Hopper has landed. Astrogator, can you hear me?
Loud and clear. Any side effects? Landing wasn't too hard on you?
All good. Spine still in one piece. No signs of overstrain. Not even shortness of breath.
Perfect. Hopefully the hike to camp goes just as smoothly.
I'm wondering where we land compared to where we woke up or regained consciousness. Oh, there's two landers. Okay, I guess.
I'm going outside.
Visibility?
100%. The dust has already settled.
We know because we got that grappling hook, right? So we know we rappel
What about
down.
that lander, Yaslan? You think our people tried to fly away on it?
I seriously doubt it. Looks like a bad malfunction to me.
But I'm taking Hopper out of here. We can't afford to lose this lander too.
Continue marching toward the camp. Okay, so we shouldn't be here. We'll manage.
We've gotten out of worse than this. Equipment breaks from time to time, that's normal. But now,
Go ahead. What's bothering you?
this lack of communication. It takes too long. Especially considering there's a cyberneticist amongst them.
Yes, it worries me too.
I mean, I don't want to speak in an uneducated manner, but I'm not sure if a cyberneticist. Yeah, it's got to be one of the crew members. They can't be referring to Artie the robot. Anyway, my, community college education is really coming out in strides right now. Wow. That looks great. Do I still gotta? Oh, I do. I still have everything. No readings, though. Is that all water? That is water. Whoa. That's much more than we've experienced so far.
Damn, you were right, Cobble. It's beautiful here.
Is that, can we? Oh no, those are waves. I thought we could see fish. So we had two landers. The one that we've been using, Hopper, as I guess our last working one. So if that stops working, we're pretty screwed. At least we got off 3 crew members while we could. What's that? Is that a flag? It is a flag. Oh. Wait, is
I
it?
have an object in sight. This is where they searched the ocean's biocenosis.
Meaning... Oh, where they caught that fish, right?
Yeah. stopped here first, then walked along the coastline northward.
Correct. But I think you might consider taking a shortcut towards the east, straight to the camp.
Okay.
Just need to find the right route.
So this is cool. This is actually, we actually get a visual reference of what we were viewing on like the ship's communications back in that flashback. That's when they were sending the probes and the fish got scared of the technology. Alluding to the fact that they've seen something similar before. Trash.
Stop for a break.
How do you know? Are there any signs of the crew?
The
I
smoker.
found a cigarette butt and a pack. Someone was smoking here,
So, they didn't give a damn about the regulations.
disrupting the ecosystem.
That's not the point. I understand you want to minimize the effects of our interference here, Doctor, but the mission's safety is at stake. I don't think I have to explain to you the dangers of igniting a dusty atmosphere. Preserving the integrity of Regis III's already extinct ecosystem is not a priority in this scenario. Negligible, actually.
I think both are
Security
important.
procedures exist for humans. The rule of integrity is for the sake of everything alien to us. We shouldn't place one above the other.
What are you saying, Yasna? The mission and the safety of our people have the highest priority. Always.
Nah, let's not piss off our astrogator. We can keep our opinions to ourselves. But I do agree. It did make me sad when I came across those cigarettes and I'm like, dude, first humans on this planet and we got a litter?
Excuse my interruption, sir.
I mean, I'm not
Can you please
I'm not
confirm that I'm on the correct route?
you know, someone that
Yes,
I mean,
confirm.
if you
This
can
rate will reach the camp within an hour.
if you
So,
can prevent it, you know, by a choice, why not try? Dude just put his butt out on an alien planet and didn't give a damn. I suppose that's like a huge concern for humanity, like when we go to, I mean, hopefully if we're around long enough to explore in our solar system and colonize other planets, you know, are we going to take the problems from Earth and let them impact possibly a new place for humanity to,
This
you know,
route may be
grow?
faster, but it's not the easiest.
Difficult questions.
Anyway, back to our conversation.
I wonder, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, looking at this water, I wonder how many in total, I mean, because it varies between like the whole world, so I don't know if we could get an accurate number of how many people have actually been outside of Earth, like just into space in general, like the percentage of humanity. It's got to be like half a percent. But to be one of those people that experienced being outside or even in Earth's orbit, let alone someone who's experiencing something like this, like, oh, wait a minute. Are we coming into the canyon that we were in before we had this flashback?
One step at a time, Yasna. One step
So,
at a time.
have we been here before is the question. Oh, she was the one that reported these. That's right. That's what the astrogator mentioned to us in the present.
What is this? Astrogator, I found a peculiar inorganic structure. It looks like some spiky metal growths.
artificial plants? Is spontaneous growth possible with this type of structure?
I've never seen anything like this. I wish I had time to run some tests.
When the situation is stabilized, we will take samples. I promise.
Oh, I didn't even think. Oh, I guess I didn't even think of that. I mean, we do have a metal detector and we can view them on the metal detector. It didn't even cross my mind that, because when she said inorganic, I didn't know, like, you know, uh-oh. Oh no. Are we tripping out?
I feel nauseous. Suddenly, That's not it. I feel darkness. Hang on.
Do we gotta back up, or what just happened to us? Are we supposed to go back? What's the deal? Should we go forward? Should we start tripping out again if we keep going? That was crazy. It startled me a little bit. Okay, we got a little perspective on what happened to us when we first landed. I have to admit, when I first started this episode, you know, I was telling myself, like, am I gonna enjoy this game? You know what I mean? In particular, because it's not my style. And I tend to become impatient when a game, or even movies, or music for that matter, doesn't hit me initially pretty hard, or gives me like a strong impression. Where are you going? Oh, are you stuck?
Are you there? Over. I guess that's a no.
Guess you can go right through rocks. But yeah, I didn't know if I was gonna enjoy it, but now that we're into it, I feel like I'm a little chatty, which means that I'm interested.
Yes.
I hope you guys
Yes,
are too. I
forward.
mean, it's
They're already in the
interesting
infirmary
so
of
far.
Luxembourg. You found it in time.
Did they react in that way? What about?
May I ask? What did he do with Merritt?
I placed her body in the cryo chamber. So did her family. And say goodbye.
Thank you.
Please, don't thank me. It was the least I could do for her.
Actually, you didn't do nothing, because when we brought it up, you were trying to discourage us to go find this other crew member and leave her body there. And now you're all like, save everybody. It's our mission. It's imperative. Whatever, man. This guy's flaky. I don't like him. Who put him in charge? Only... Whoa. Nope. Thought that was a structure. Oh, is this it? Is this where we eat it? It's gotta be.
Guess I know where Gorska was going.
Look at that thing. Dang, that's a long rappel.
I confirm, Gorski was here. His rope is still hanging from the slope.
That's a good sign. Since he left it, he intends to come back this way.
But why hasn't he yet?
So are we going down or what?
Going down after him. Tell me one more thing. When it comes to Merritt, are you going to use a grave tapper?
Yes, I'm considering that as a possibility. And what is your opinion? Should we look into her brain?
We shouldn't look into it. Let's see the tapper to extract her memories. Oh, I mean, that would help, but I mean, someone would consider that like desecration of somebody's body. In this context, as scientists, I mean, we kind of need to know. I mean, the technology doesn't even exist, but the moral question still stands, right?
The more we know, the better.
Science won that argument for me.
Just a report.
One sec. Oh, I'm at the end of the rope.
Isn't that good?
Not at all.
What do you mean?
Find a way to go down.
I'm stuck. I'm hanging with all my weight on the rope, away from the wall. There's still a fair few meters left to the ground.
Can you go back?
Using just my hands, strapped with all this extra weight? No, not a chance.
What if you sway?
Oh, I'm supposed to push. I thought that was trying to get me to look at something.
No good. I can't reach anything.
Any other ideas?
This is what I get for turning down shadows. Look at that. Any other ideas?
I can
Jump.
just jump off.
Are you crazy? Not
A
really.
substantial fall on unsteady ground. This is hardly a maneuver that I would describe as safe.
So let's take a moment to analyze the situation.
I'm thinking, if Gorski went down this way and didn't break anything,
He found
Don't know
something.
that, Jasna. He could keep going even with injuries.
So what? You only die once, right? I'm not going to hang here forever. Let's ask him if he has another idea.
all right, so do you have another idea? Oh, will I be hanging like this until the end of time itself?
Or until
There is
you're
a
dead.
certain possibility, or rather uncertain, but maybe it's worth trying.
I'm listening.
Can you see the probe?
Yes. It's flying near me.
We're gonna ride it on the on
If I
down?
instructed it to fly as close as possible to you, you could grab onto it.
You sure it will hold me?
That I cannot guarantee.
Yeah, let's try it.
All right.
I'd rather do
Let's
that
give it a
than
try.
jump.
I'm
At least these
entering the
boosters might be able to break our
instructions.
fall or something. Let's do 2 meters
2
forward.
meters forward. Stop, that's enough.
You
Perfect.
have a really good eye. Exactly 2 meters.
Come on, Jasna.
You could say so.
Nice.
I fell from a lower height. It was a soft landing, though.
Anyway, what's the idea of doing it alone? I hope he has a good reason.
No metal structures here, except for that big ass one right there.
Damn. This place is amazing. It's all made up of these structures. Except they don't look like creations of nature anymore.
Maybe that's why Dr. Gorski, not to mention the Alliance.
Well, if we're looking for something on this planet, this could be it. These structures form entire multi-story complexes. They look like a city.
Are you saying that
No. There's no point in jumping to conclusions yet. Left or right?
Oh, a flag, so he got over there. And a transmitter. Gorski's
Dr.
traversed
Gorski
this.
set up the flags.
So, he kept going, despite the lack of communication with the rest.
You'd have to see it with your own eyes, sir. Are you receiving a signal?
What signal?
From Dr. Gorski.
No, none. Why are you asking?
He tried to open up a connection, set up a transmitter.
There's nothing on the comms, but I'll check the record history. Please give me a moment.
A lot of points of interest. I mean, dude. I mean, this has got to be alien life, right? Starting to get into this. I didn't think I would. I'm pretty excited.
All right. I'll squeeze through the passage.
2 more hours.
Huh?
That's all Gorski has left of oxygen, at best.
And at worst?
He's just finishing it up. Though it all depends on his activity.
Can he breathe in the atmosphere? He shouldn't breathe in the atmosphere. I can't go any faster. He shouldn't.
If I remember correctly, there is a risk of methane poisoning.
That's right. According to Dr. Krauter, negative symptoms can appear after an hour. Maybe after a few hours. I think you'll find Gorski by then.
Let's hope so. These constructions don't have a clear division into functions. They're huge, complicated, and uniform at the same time.
Do you have any idea where all this could have come from? I'm aware without tests you can't do much. But let's say on first inspection.
This metal somehow grows by itself. Maybe it's remnants of an extinct civilization? I don't know. Judging from the quote-unquote plant life we found, maybe it grows by itself.
It's hard for me to imagine that any biological forms could survive here. The interiors of these structures are filled to the brim with wires and rods. So maybe this metal builds up somehow, by itself.
Oh, you've already said something similar before. Just after landing, when you found those bushes.
Yes, right. I can't tell if any of this could be part of a machine. Really wish we found Gorski already.
All right, we're getting closer and closer to assuming this is like inorganic intelligence, you know, robots. I mean, one could assume that, right? Just by playing this game in general, you would assume what's behind this is
How's the terrain?
a civilization
The
of like
structures, are they still
super
everywhere?
intelligent robots.
Yep, wherever I look, there's metal. Ah, I see the probe.
Has it found anything? Let's see.
Has it found anything?
It's not making any measurements at the moment.
Oh, why?
The overload protection is activated. Until I do a reset, it's on manual control.
Is it because of my flight?
It's possible, but please don't worry about it. What matters is that you're fine.
Is it broken? Oh, the cover's jacked up.
Oh, I see the cover snap right off.
Ah, yes. There's an error in the logs.
That sounds like a defect, not a...
Wouldn't it be better if I helped you?
Yeah. Ooh.
I can close it manually after all.
I'd need some directions first. And to bring it to you.
No problem, I'm on it.
First, let's find a place where I can land it. Otherwise, you won't be able to help me, Doctor.
Land it right over here, homie. Yeah.
There. I found the right place.
All right, then. I'm waiting for instructions.
Let's see.
Rotate the probe 100 degrees left. Rotate the probe 100. Hold on. Let's. Whoops. Let's rotate it 180.
Please rotate the probe 180 degrees.
There we go. Let's do. It was 2 meters before. I feel like we have to, yeah. Let's do 10 meters forward. 60 degrees to the right and forward. 15 degrees to the right. Let's do 3 more meters
And
forward.
another 3 meters forward.
Uh, 90 degrees and right 7 meters.
First 90 degrees to the right, then 7 meters forward. And now 45 degrees to the left. 2 meters forward. Land.
I feel like the game wouldn't give us any option to fail that. I was sitting here thinking I'm making intelligent decisions, but I'm pretty sure it just would have prompted us no matter what to go in the right direction. Come on, Luna, come back to us. We need you. Oh, put a little oomph in it.
Oh, don't be angry.
It's not anger, it's a warning sign.
I know, I know. You're welcome, Luna.
Hell yeah. Let's keep going. I keep saying to myself, how did Gorski do this all by himself? But obviously we're doing it, so.
It's a bit like Pando.
In what? I have no idea what you're talking about, Doctor.
A colony of populous tremoloids. American aspen. The new trees grow not from seeds, but from root suckers of old trees. As a result, it's one giant organism, thousands of years old.
So you're in a dead metal forest?
Huh, that does sound bizarre. Though maybe.
That is really interesting to think about, like metal growing like plants.
Doctor, something has been recorded after all. But there are plenty of errors in the transmission header. It's hard to say whether this is a message from Gorski.
Let's hear it.
Well then, sir, play it. Maybe we'll finally find out what's going on with the doctor.
Let's hope so.
Gorski to base. I repeat, this is Gorski. Base, come in.
No doubt, it's him. Well, let's keep listening. But as soon as you report anything, Doctor, I'll stop the recording.
No confirmation again. I report. I've made an amazing discovery. Geometric structures that a thicket of bushy, pointed rods and slats. Mostly iron, but not only. Molybdenum, carbon, tungsten. Altogether similar to a giant integrated circuit. A million swarm of tangled cables. Not a trace of electric current, polarity, not even residual magnetism. Maybe once upon a time, centuries ago, petawatts or exawatts of power flowed this way. To compare with something, it's probably a machine. Some kind of information collective structure. Maybe it was some kind of electronic brain. It makes me think of the Lyrans. A race of extinct sentient beings. Supposedly, they knew about light astrogation before we invented the wheel. They had to save themselves from the explosion of Nova. They sent ships. The remains of those ships have been found, ashed to a chip glued together. I've seen hypothetical schematics. The structures here remind me of those. Okay, moving on. Readings.
Well, that's it. What follows is just a humming noise. Any thoughts, Doctor?
So far, it all leads to one conclusion. This is not a place for a man. Nor for any humanoids.
Then who is it for?
Maybe it's really an alien technology. Those Lyrans.
As far as I know, all information about the Lyran civilization is just guesswork. Many consider Lyrans to be just a myth, so I wouldn't take it too seriously.
I mean, there's always some truth in myth, right?
Well, I think there might be something to it.
I'm not gonna lie, that recording from Gorski had me on the edge of my seat. I really didn't know. I'm glad it wasn't like something like the recording we had before where it's about them getting attacked or whatever. I do like that it's shedding more light on what all these structures mean. And what kind of, I don't want to say civilization, that's a treasure. What kind of species could make this? Or is it intelligent? I mean, I'm curious.
I can see the relay up close. Looks broken.
Oh, we have extra ones on us, don't we? Maybe it's the result of some. For me, it's a. I looked at this. At this point, what I think is deliberate. Coincidence at this point? I guess. Let's go with deliberate action.
This is starting to look like a deliberate diversion to me.
You may be right. The question is, who's behind all these disruptive activities?
That I don't know, sir.
Where do we go now? Let's go left. This is nuts. Well, we can't go down there, can we?
There are more traces, this time handprints, and a drop detector.
What? Did I hear you right?
Yeah, it worries me.
Yes, sir, you heard correctly. I'm afraid we must be ready for any eventuality.
Well, that doesn't mean we should assume the worst. I still believe you'll find him, Doctor.
What else can we assume at this point? Everything's going to shit. We should follow the robot, right? I mean, that's my instinct. It's got a better perspective of where we should go. Dangerous descent? Let's try to find a safer route. Remember, at the beginning of the game, we had choices. Oh no! I had a feeling that might happen. No. Oh, okay, that wasn't that far.
Jasna, what is it?
I took a shortcut.
On purpose?
Not really.
What's this? Equipment.
I found something. Again.
I'm listening.
There's more of the same stuff. Could have damaged the suit, Gork. Has he lost his mind? I mean, either two things could be happening, which I would think. Either you could argue that something happened to him and he's losing his mind, or he's intentionally shedding all of this stuff to hide something. Or someone took him. I mean, there's a couple things you can think of, but after finding all this equipment, like, just strewn everywhere, I feel like these are choices.
More of the same stuff. Gorski's things. More traces. Fine. Actions devoid of logic.
Back in the camp, you reported Merritt's abandoned things.
A backpack and a journal, yes. This scene looks disturbingly similar.
Okay, we're close to Gorski. Or some
Finally.
two things.
I have his position.
A visual?
Not yet. Gorski, are you here? It's me, Jasna.
Still nothing.
Yeah.
Gorski. No way!
Oh, there he is. I see him.
Gorski,
Doctor, answer me, please.
let's get him out of there.
Got him. He's not moving.
Oh, that's smart. Check if he's breathing.
Gorski! Gorski! Look at me! His eyes are closed.
He's messed up.
Is he breathing?
He's alive, but barely.
Did he react in any way?
He seems unconscious.
No reaction. He seems unconscious. Gorski! Come on!
Calm down, Doctor. Get him out of there. The probe's already looking for a landing site.
Get him out. Get him out. I also have the suspicion whatever those plant life was giving off,
Okay.
or whatever headache we went through, is affecting the crew somehow. I mean, they all steadily lost like their faculties.
Out.
And I mean, Gorski lasted the longest,
He's out.
but still, I mean, you can only assume it's probably going to happen to us at some point, right?
I activated his SOS. You should pick up a transmission with his parameters, sir. Well?
No, nothing. The transmitter in the suit must be too weak.
Should I retrieve his booster from the backpack?
No point. Better to set up a relay. We have to do it anyway so that Hopper can land in this maze.
How is Hopper going to land here?
Have a preliminary scan of your surroundings. There's an open area nearby. You have to move Gorski there. The probe will guide you.
But
Get him
he's
some
not
oxygen.
Stable. I must share my oxygen with him, Astrogator.
You'd need a spare for that. The protocol doesn't provide for connecting two suits at the same time.
Well, if I don't have any...
I admit, I'd rather not give him mine.
Yeah.
Nobody expects that. On the contrary, I'd not allow it.
Yeah, I feel like if I run into problems, no one's going to live. Tough
The
choices.
membrane looks intact.
What did you say? I didn't hear.
I can't do it, man.
In the lander, my friend. I'll hook you up in the lander.
If I start tripping out...
I still can't hear you, Doctor.
It's nothing, Astrogator. Only static.
I have to think back. Did we ever lift our visor? Or maybe we're the only crew member that didn't lift our visor, which would maybe spare us from some kind of infection? I mean, I know only one person. The guy who smoked a cigarette lifted his visor. I don't know about anybody else. Let's get him out of here. Oh, look at those new structures in the back. We haven't seen those yet. They're like blue.
Are you out in the open already?
Sort of. Yes.
Once you've set up the transmitter, I should start.
Set up this relay and get out of here, man.
There it is. Pulse, heart rate, saturation, almost within the range. Now, mark the place for the lander, and we're home, Doctor.
I'm on it.
Guess this is pretty open.
What was that?
I don't know. Everything is shaking.
Oh no.
Doctor,
No! No!
please hold on. I'll take contact.
Probe. Get the probe. Can we steer? No.
I caught the probe. I'm...
Look at these structures. I mean, I know we're about to die, but...
What?
Damn.
What's that? Astrogator, I'm underground.
Oh, we ate it pretty
It's hard to
hard.
determine my exact location. Novik, do you copy? Base, come in. I'm sending an SOS. Anyone, please. Okay. Stay calm. Just keep it together.
And we lost communications. Get to the surface. Damn, we left homeboy up there. How's our
Heartbeat's
vitals?
rising, but saturation hasn't dropped below the tissue norm. Not yet, at least.
All right, gamers, I think that's going to wrap it up for episode 2 of The Invincible. Man, this episode was packed with a lot more interesting things. I mean, a lot more interesting things happened in general. We found the plant life that's apparently inorganic, some kind of metal, these large, random yet organized structures, and we found Gorski, what we set out to do. So things are heating up. Like I said in the episode, I had a debate whether I wanted to continue this game, but the story is starting to pique my interest. I mean, there's suspicion that these structures might be belonging to the last remnants of an escaped civilization that's a myth across the universe that humans know about because they found remnants of them. But I mean, I really enjoyed this episode. I hope you did too. Any of the returning viewers, any new viewers, you are always welcome to the channel. I appreciate you. I'm just another gamer. Save a gamer, save a life, and I'll check you on that next episode.